Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to begin. If you could please take your seats. We're about to begin in 2 minutes. Ladies, gentlemen, if you could please take your seats. We're going to be starting now. Kindly take your seats, please. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2024 Indian Car of the Year and Indian Motorcycle of the Year. My name is Sirish Chandran. I'm the editor of Evo India, and it is my absolute privilege and honor to be part of both the ICOTY as well as the IMOTY ever since these awards were institutionalized. That's 19 and 17 years respectively. Obviously excluding that 1 year that I was on the other side of the fence, working alongside you stalwarts of the industry and trying to manage rogue journalists, especially journalists who like to drift cars and destroy tires. In all seriousness though, serving on the jury is a responsibility that actually all of us on the jury tables take very, very seriously. In fact, this year we've gone hard at the social media heroes who've tried to cast aspersions on the ICOTY. Dhruv Behel, chairman of the 2024 ICOTY, and Bertrand D'Souza, chairman of the 2024 IMOTY, will talk more about the respective awards and what makes it the Oscars of the Indian automotive industry. All I want to say is that look at these jury tables. The people that you see on these tables, these guys aren't going to be influenced by PR machinery. My friends in the PR industry, they do a very, very good job. I know, I was on that side for 8 months and I know what goes into it. But influencing this lot, that's not easy. And that's probably giving you guys a little too much credit to be able to influence 20, 25, 30 journalists across different publications. It's time now to kick off proceedings. But before Dr. Singhania, the chairman of the jury, and the jury members come up on stage to announce these awards, I'd like to hand the floor over to Raga to get the mood going. But before I forget, I must replay the request that you tell us at every single press conference. So please don't forget to fire away at social media, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever you are. The hashtags are ICOTY 2024 and IMOTY 2024. And of course, the handles are there on your table. That's at ICOTY_official and IMOTY_official. Have a great evening. May the best car and bike win. And I've said on my podcast, don't forget to watch the faces of the jury members as the awards are announced. They will all be out here on the stage. And now, over to Raga to set the mood for the evening.
रावण कह गयो और दे गयो कोल गिनता गिनता घिस गई मारी आंगनियारी रे पिया प्यारे लाल डोला आवो नी पधारो मारे देश देश रे पधारो मारे देश केसरिया बालम आवो नी पधारो मारे देश देश रे पधारो मारे रंग रे रंग रेज तेरे रंग दरिया में ओ रंग रेज तेरे रंग दरिया में डूबना है बस तेरा बनके नहीं रहना तुझा बंदा एक ही सांस अलग नहीं लेनी एक ही सांस अलग नहीं लेनी खींच लेना प्राण इस तन से नहीं रहना तुझा गुरु है तू मैं तो हूँ पाँव पिया जननननन पल तू मैं तो हूँ छाँव पिया तभी हूँ मगन ओ नैनों में बस छब तेरी लहराए जल के छल के रे बरसे हल्के हल्के अपने रंग में अपने रंग में मुझको रंग दे मुझको रंग दे सौंदे सौंदे रंग में मुझको रंग दे रंग देना रंग देना रंग देना ओ अपने ही रंग में मुझको रंग दे धीमे धीमे रंग में मुझको रंग दे सौंदे सौंदे रंग में मुझको रंग दे रंग देना रंग देना Gama pa magar sani da pani sani sani da gama pa magar da गामा गापा मगर धनी रे सा रे रे मा मा बा रे रे सा रे रे मा मा बा रे रे सा रे रे मा मा बा रे रे सा रे रे मा मा बा Thank you so much. जैसे पर्वत अविचल सा ऐसा वो ऐसा जैसे पर्वत अविचल सा ऐसा वो ऐसा जैसे पर्वत अविचल सा ऐसा वो ऐसा जैसे पर्वत अविचल सा बार हाँ बोलो यार हाँ अपनी जीत हो उनकी हार हाँ बार बार हाँ बोलो यार हाँ अपनी जीत हो उनकी हार हाँ कोई हमसे जीत न पावे चले चलो मिट जावे जो टकरावे चले चलो भले घोर अंधेरा छावे चले चलो कोई राह में ना थम जावे चले चलो Gama bani sa da ni sa ri bani ma ba gama bani ni sa bani sa ma bani sa gama bani sa ri ba ma gama ga da ni ga sa कोई अब न रोके तुझे तोड़ दे बंधन सारे मिला है क्या हो के तुझे निर्बल तू ही बता कभी न दुख झेलेंगे खेलेंगे ऐसे कि दुश्मन हारे अब तो ले लेंगे हिम्मत का रास्ता धरती हिला देंगे सबको दिखा देंगे राजा है क्या परिजा है क्या हम जग पे छाएंगे अब ये बताएंगे जीत हो उनकी हार हाँ टूट गई जो उंगली उठी पांचों में लूटो बन गई मुट्ठी टूट गई जो उंगली उठी पांचों में लूटो बन गई मुट्ठी So hello everyone, a very good evening. So before we go ahead with our next song, on flute we have Harshit Sankar, on percussions we have Jayant Patnaik, on slide guitars we have Amritanshu Datta, I am Ajay Tiwari, and on guitars we have Preetham. तालियां रुकनी चाहिए नहीं चाहिए.
One and only Sachin Shahi.
Sachin Shahi on drums and Jarin on bass guitar. So this is our Raga Fusion, guys.
Dinaka Jinuta, Dinaka Jinu, Dammada Dinaka Jinuta, Tirikitaka Dammada Dinaka Jinuta, the Dinaka Jinu, Dammada Dinaka Jinuta, Tirikitaka Dammada Dinaka Jinuta, Dinaka Jinu, Dammada Dinaka Jinuta, Dinaka Jinu, Dammada Dinaka Jinuta, Dinaka Jinu, Dammada Dinaka Jinuta, Dammada Dinaka Jinuta, the Dinaka Jinu, Dammada Dinaka Jinuta, the Dinaka Jinu, Dammada Dinaka Jinuta, the Dinaka Jinu,
अलबेला सजन आयो रे अलबेला सजन आयो रे मोरा अयत मन सुख पायो रे मोरा अयत मन सुख पायो रे अलबेला सजन आयो रे अलबेला सजन आयो रे अलबेला अलबेला जले दीपक ये तो मन मेरा उत जले दीपक ये तो मन मेरा फिर भी न जाए मेरे घर का अंधेरा फिर भी न जाए मेरे घर का अंधेरा तड़पत तरसत मर गवा अलबेला अलबेला सपनी मब गम रे गम बनी निजा गम द मद निजा गम निरिजा गम निरिजा Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You having a good time? जी मन दीद करावो जी रह क्यों तरसावे हो मन सकल दिखावो जी थारी शरारत सब जानू मैं चौधरी मर जले वो न पंगा जी मैं कहने लगे मर हिबड़ में जागी नौकरी रे चंदा में तारी चांदनी मन दामन में बांधे कुशिते झूम 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 बाजू मर हिबड़ में जागी नौकरी रे चंदा में तारी चांदनी मन दामन में बांधे कुशिते झूम 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 बाजू ऐसा खेला दाओ खावे हिचकोले मारे मन की ना मोहर लिया तूने ऐसा खेला दाओ खावे हिचकोले मारे मन की ना हरी शरारत सब जानू मैं चौधरी मर जरे वो न मंगा जी मैं लगे मरे हिबड़ में जागी नौकरी रे चंदा में तारी चांदनी मन दामन में बांधी कुछ रे झूम 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 बाजू मरे हिबड़ में जागी नौकरी रे चंदा में तारी चांदनी मन दामन में बांधी कुछ रे झूम 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 बा खाले आके मारे गाँव घना घेरा डाला थारा चोखा चढ़ा दाल बाटी खाले आके मारे गाँव घना घेरा डाला थारा चोखा चढ़ा हरी शरारत सब जानू मैं चौधरी मर्ज बंगन ले ओ जी मैं कहने लगे मर हिबड़ में जागी मर चंदा में थारी मन दामन में बांधे खुशी रे झूम 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 मर हिबड़ में जागी नौकरी रे चंदा में तारी चांदनी मन दामन में बांधे खुशी रे झूम 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 में जागी नौकरी रे चंदा में तारी चांदनी मन दामन में बांधी खुशी रे झूम 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 Thank you so much. So, as you know, कि हमने अभी कुछ राजस्थानी कवर किया, कुछ इंडियन क्लासिकल कवर किया, सो भी आपको लगेगा कि लाइक हम हिंदुस्तान के कोने कोने को कवर कर रहे हैं. सो नेक्स्ट इज अ बंगाली मैशअप. যদি তোরে ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে যদি তোরে ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে যদি তোরে ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে তবে একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো তবে একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো যদি তোরে ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো যদি তোরে ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে যদি সবাই ফিরে যায় ওরে ওরে ও বাগা সবাই ফিরে যায় যদি গহন পথে যাবার কালে কেউ ফিরে না যায় যদি গহন পথে যাবার কালে কেউ ফিরে না যায় তবে পথের কাঁটা তবে পথের কাঁটা ও তোর রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা গলো যদি তোরে ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো যদি তোরে ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে হে যোগী রে कागज के दो पंख लेके उड़ा चला जाए रे जहाँ नहीं जाना था ये वहीं चला हाय रे कागज के दो पंख लेके उड़ा चला जाए रे जहाँ नहीं जाना था ये वहीं चला हाय रे उम्र का ये ताना बाना समझ न पाए रे जुबां पे जो मोह माया नमक लगाए रे के देखे ना भाले ना जाने ना डाए रे देशहारा केमन बोका मोंटारे देशहारा केमन बोका मोंटारे Thank you. So next is one instrumental set, right?
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Raga Fusion. Give them a big round of applause. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dhruv Behel, Editor-in-Chief of AutoX and Chairman of the ICOTY jury. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the 19th edition of ICOTY, 17th edition of IMOTY, 6th edition of the Premium Car Award, and 4th edition of the Green Car Award by ICOTY. Thank you all for being here in what is a spectacular setting. ICOTY started almost 2 decades ago when the editors of the top magazines got together to award the best cars launched in the market that year. And thanks to the support of JK Tyre from day one, this evening has become the most important date in the Indian automotive calendar. I must thank Dr. Singhania for his unwavering support year after year, and I must also thank Hardy, Mr. Sanjay Sharma, who pushes the envelope for this evening with each passing year. So much so that we've ended up with what is a setting and scale befitting the most important set of awards in the Indian automotive landscape. I would also like to take this opportunity to say what an honor it is for me to be chairman of this illustrious jury. It's more of a brotherhood, really. And more than anything else, what brings each of us to the table is a passion for what we do. But we also bring diversity and experience to the table. The ICOTY jury has a cumulative road testing experience of 327 years, with an average of 18 years of experience for each jury member. But some of us have more than twice that. Former ICOTY chairman and founding member Bob Rupani has a mere 37 years of experience under his belt. Not to worry, Bob, your apprenticeship is almost done. As Yogendra Pratap, former ICOTY chairman, founding member, and current president of the Automotive Journalists Association of India, the award custodian, pointed out last year, in terms of reach, this award has consistently been ranked amongst the top 5 automotive awards on the planet. But it's not just the jury that provides that reach. It's also each of you who are sitting here today. So thank you for that, and thank you also for making these awards your own. After all, our effort is merely to recognize an industry that we love and admire. An industry that's going through a paradigm shift as we speak. You folks are working not just on new propulsion systems, but also having to rethink the entire ecosystem that makes mobility possible. And yet, at the same time, you're able to churn out cars and bikes that we love to drive and ride. So thank you also for that. Finally, the reason to have a jury as diverse and credible as the one we have today is to ensure that only the most worthy vehicles make it to the winner's circle. And since ICOTY focuses on what a vehicle brings to the table in the more mass market segments, over the years, we've incorporated the Premium and Green Car Awards to recognize the pace of change and sheer dynamism within the industry today. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the secretaries of the ICOTY and IMOTY juries, Ishan Raghav and Rahul Ghosh, who micromanage this process to its minutiae to ensure that you find me standing in front of you today. Rahul, we miss you here today and wish you a speedy recovery. And finally, I must thank the good folks at Deloitte, who do the dirty work of keeping us on the straight and narrow. The process itself is incredibly simple. The jury shows up to vote, and we each hand over our sheets to Deloitte, who have to make sure that a bunch of unruly automotive journalists can fill out a ballot correctly and count to the number 25, the number of points that each of us have available to vote on. They then bring us a sealed envelope that's opened by Dr. Singhania on stage. With that, it gives me great pleasure to invite to the stage the gentleman without whose steadfast support we wouldn't be here today, the Chairman and MD of JK Tyre, Dr. Raghupati Singhania. Thank you all for your presence here this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Bahl. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I join Mr. Bahl in extending you all a very warm welcome as we gather here for the Indian Car of the Year and Indian Motorcycle of the Year awards. It's great to see this assembly of industry leaders, enthusiasts, and visionaries once again. I'm equally thrilled to be standing here in Mumbai after a 5-year hiatus, soaking in the unique Mumbai energy as we host the most prestigious awards in the auto industry. At the onset, I would like to congratulate all the contenders who have made it to this year's nominations. As we all know, our association with ICOTY and IMOTY awards began since inception in 2005 and 2007, as was just mentioned by Mr. Bahl, and is backed by a long-term commitment. Today, both awards are seen as hallmarks of excellence for the esteemed auto industry gathered here. It's impressive to see the dedication of our notable and esteemed jury who have an innate understanding of the Indian auto market and select the winners after rigorous evaluation across various parameters. Tonight isn't just a celebration of individual achievements, but a collective acknowledgement of how far India has traveled in the automotive journey. From the days when owning a car was a distant dream for many, to an era where India proudly stands as the world's third largest automotive market by sales, our progress has been phenomenal. JK Tyre, as an integral player in this journey, has witnessed and contributed to this incredible growth. From pioneering radial technology in India to introducing innovative tire solutions, our path has paralleled the nation's automotive evolution. Our recent innovations, like the advanced Levitas Ultra range of high-performance tires and the eco-friendly UX Green series, are setting new benchmarks in the industry, offering sustainability and performance, and are a reflection of our commitment to excellence. There are no two ways about it. The Indian automotive industry is transforming. Consider the strides we have made in vehicle safety and standards. The introduction of Bharat NCAP, setting stringent safety benchmarks, is a landmark achievement. It marks a significant shift from a time when seat belts were an afterthought to now where vehicle safety is a paramount concern. Such advancements are not just milestones, but stepping stones towards a future where every vehicle on Indian roads meets global safety standards. Our strict emission norms are also ensuring a cleaner future for our Gen X while pushing industry innovation. Auto industry's transformation is embracing the future. The shift from internal combustion engines to electric vehicles is a prime example. India isn't adopting EV technology. We are at the front end of innovating in this space. This transition is not just a change in the type of vehicles we drive, but a reflection of our commitment to sustainability and a cleaner future. As JK Tyre aligns with these national goals, striving for carbon neutrality by 2050, we see this as part of the larger movement in the Indian automotive industry. Its movement towards a more responsible and environmentally conscious approach to mobility. The heartbeat of the industry is our people. India's demographic advantage, with one of the youngest populations globally, is our greatest asset. It's this youthful energy that drives our industry towards new heights in design, development, R&D, and manufacturing. Our young engineers and designers are not just following trends, they're setting them by envisioning and creating a future where the Indian automotive industry is synonymous with innovation, quality, and sustainability. In closing, let us just embrace the change, but be the catalyst for it. Let's unite in steering the Indian automotive industry towards a future that is safer, cleaner, and more innovative. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for part of this incredible journey. Have a wonderful evening ahead, and remember, each one of us plays a vital role in driving this industry forward. Stay safe, drive safe, and stay in total control. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As always, it's wonderful to see all of you under the same roof. This happens every year, but it bears repeating. These are the industry's most important awards, so it's really important that all of you have come here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for making the effort. My name is Pablo Chatterjee. I'm the executive editor of Motoring World. Motoring has been one of the partner publications for both ICOTY and IMOTY since the inception of the awards. At this point, I'd like to tell you a little bit about our scoring system. Dhruv has already touched upon it a little bit, but in a little bit of detail, since it's always the subject of rather intense speculation year after year. Now, our scoring system has been based on the European Car of the Year system since inception due to that particular award's foolproof reputation. Each juror receives 25 points, which they must award to the nominees in each category, and they must award points to at least 5 contenders. A maximum of 10 points can be given to only one contender, and other contenders other than the one that received 10 points can receive equal points. So in effect, each juror has to pick one clear winner. Before this particular jury round, what we did was sat down, we looked through the list of contenders through the categories, and we voted the final list down to 8 contenders in each category. This was done on the basis of the jurors selecting their 8 their 8 favorites, shall we say. And the final list was what was voted on. You see the final 8 cars and bikes in each category here. Now, and I'm sure all of you know this, every single year, no matter what car wins, what bike wins, there are all manner of rather wild allegations that are leveled at the juries by, honestly, all manner of people who have no clue about how the system works. To paraphrase the late, great Mark Twain, the rumors of my corruptibility have been greatly exaggerated, because had they been true, honestly, I would have retired by now and become some sort of amiable wastrel. I am not as stupid as I look. But jokes aside, to ensure that we have the strictest standards of transparency during the entire judging process, we've partnered with Deloitte, and they keep us on our toes. At this point, I'd like to call on stage Rajiv Singh, partner and consumer industry leader, Deloitte India, to say a few words. Thank you. Rajiv, if you will.
Yes, thank you. Thanks a lot. Good evening. Good evening. I thought we would have got a lot of energy with that raga fusion that we heard a while back, and wasn't it so amazing? The kind of energy levels, the kind of music, the kind of passion we saw, the energy levels we saw. So one big round of applause to Raga Passion once again. So thanks a lot for being here. I think it's amazing to be associated with ICOTY and IMOTY. I heard this is the 19th edition, and it's really amazing to see something going on for so long. But as we get into the evening, I thought that there are 2 or 3 things that were going through my mind. One thing that was going through my mind is, it was just about 3 years back during the COVID times that this entire industry was really facing such difficulty. For the first time in the Indian history, we had a patch of few months when not a single vehicle got sold. And from then to now, 3 years down the line, we have had one of the most amazing years in terms of market, in terms of sales. I think the resilience that is this industry, and each and every person in this room has shown, is really amazing. I would clap for each one in this room for showing that resilience. I think it is amazing to see, how this industry has grown. I was told that we do a lot of research. Can I share some insights in terms of what are we seeing in this research coming forward? And I was scratching my head. I was saying that, okay, these are all people who are veterans in the industry. What do I come and say here? And so on and so forth. But there are 3 messages I thought I'll just leave behind. So we have been, of course, studying, following the sector, the industry, across multiple geographies for the last so many years now. Probably in the next 2 weeks' time, we will be releasing something as a detailed research, detailed report on it. But just to give a few glimpses of what are we observing, and we bucket that under 4 major trends. So, sir, as you said, of course, the industry is seeing a lot of transformation, a lot of change. We bucket this change under 4 categories. We say one change, one transformation is all to do with the consumer, which is CX. The second is all to do with mobility, which is we call as MX, and everything to do with connected, autonomous, electric, everything falls under it. The third is all to do with digital, which is to do with AI, ML, 5G, all kind of digital tools that we are seeing the auto industry embrace. And the fourth we added a few years back, which is to do with the changes in the geopolitical situation and the impact it has on all of us. So I'm going to just touch upon 2 of them, which are critical, I thought, and also something which is very different, very unique for India. One is the rise that we are seeing of the she economy. When I say she, I mean the economy of automotive industry, which is being driven by women as consumers. I see very few women, but a big round of applause to all the women in this room, I think. And I think the number of women that we are seeing now to walk into showrooms and be the real decision makers when it comes to buying a two-wheeler or buying a car is amazing to see. I think our research indicates that that number is likely to increase, but it also indicates a worrying trends, friends. The worrying trend is that probably our dealer sales executives are not ready to address the need of the she economy. I can narrate one example here, and this is an example which I'm sure that it is easy for anyone to kind of understand what it is. This is an example of a lady who was a senior executive at a private bank in India. She went into one of the car dealers to buy a car. That day she was wearing a sari because there happened to be an executive meeting at the bank. She spent about 10 minutes, 15 minutes and walked out of the showroom. This is about 5 years back, so take it with a pinch of salt. This was pre-COVID. She walked out of the showroom and she called up and she said, since you are a friend and you follow in auto industry, I thought I'll call you up and let you know my experience today. And she just said that I'm just quite annoyed. I don't know. I spent 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the dealer. Just because I was wearing a sari, no one came, no one spoke to me, no one offered me to see any vehicle. Of course, I'm sure things have changed since then. But I think the she economy is growing in power. I think we need to think, how are we going to ensure? Because all of us here in the room understand it. All of us here in the room know what it is. If I go and talk, I spoke to a few of the female consumers. Most of the male consumers here sitting in the room can easily relate when you walk into a car showroom. And sorry, I see you, Siddharth, but not the two-wheeler. I'm talking a car example here. But when we go into a showroom, the few things we ask is, what is the power, what is the torque, how are the shock absorbers, and so on. But to all the females here, what do you think when the females walk in? What are they asking? What are they asking when they walk into the showrooms? They want to know the convenience features. They want to know the comfort features. They want to know the safety features. They are not interested in knowing how the shock absorbers are. I think that's one trend that we need to get prepared for. The second trend that the research picked up is the rise of silver economy in India. This is new to India because we have seen it in certain other geographies, but it is catching up in India. By silver economy, I mean people who are retired citizens and wanting to own a car or own a two-wheeler. Now, this is very close to their retirement or immediately after their retirement. Now, interestingly, most of the people who were born in the 50s and the 60s are now turning senior citizens in India at this point in time, which means that most of our senior citizens who are called senior citizens now or new joinees in that category were all born after independence. Most of them retire now more affluent than what was it, say, 10 years back. And they have their own market, they have their own niche. And when they walk into a showroom, they don't want to know the power, they don't want to know the torque. They just want to know what is the maintenance cost of the car. Because for them, they don't have a regular income now going forward, and hence they want to buy a vehicle which is the vehicle which will stay with them for the next 10 years, 15 years with the least maintenance. That was the second trend that we picked up. And the third trend that I thought I'll share because I was told by the team, just talk about few trends, is the entire premiumization that we are seeing in the market. I'm very happy to see that last year when we did the entire work, we were very clear that India will cross the hump of 10 lakhs per vehicle as a cost. Our median will be more than 10 lakhs as the total average price of cars that we sell in the market. And I think it was amazing to see that we have seen that trend carry on in this year, and hopefully going on, we will see this premiumization go up. More and more people are not interested in buying the lowest variant or the lowest plus one variant, but they are more interested in buying the highest variant or the highest minus one variant when they walk into the dealerships. So like that, I think a lot of interesting takes that we are seeing from an auto perspective. But I won't take too much time here because I know that I'm standing between now and all the awards, the announcements which are going to follow. But let me take this opportunity in advance and congratulate all the contenders and all the winners in advance as you may hear them follow over the next an hour or so. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Abhay Verma, editor Turbocharged and jury member for ICOTY and IMOTY.
Hi, I'm Kushan Mitra, contributing editor at The Print and jury member for ICOTY 24.
Now, like you've heard Dhruv and the others say that this is the 19th year for ICOTY, which is a huge thing for all of us here. And let me start by introducing the jury for this year.
Okay, let's start with Abhay himself. He's right here on stage. So Abhay is the editor of India's youngest automotive magazine, Turbocharged, and he's made the progress from 2 tires to 4, and he's also got a tire on his stomach now. But
Thanks, Kushan. That doesn't take away that I still ride motorcycle. Now, Kushan, meanwhile, is known for obviously reviewing cars and his penchant for everything when it comes to Delhi politics, aviation, and a few more things.
A few more things, yes. So let's start with the rest of the jury, starting with Auto Today. From Auto Today, we have editor Yogendra Pratap, immediate past chairman of ICOTY and president of Ajay, as you've already heard. Yogendra is also an avid collector of frequent flyer points, and his knowledge of aviation is second only to his knowledge about cars. We are both avid av geeks. Also from Auto Today, we have Rahul Ghosh, who unfortunately, as you already heard, cannot be with us. And we wish him all the best in his immediate and prompt recovery.
And next up is Dhruv Bell, of course, ICOTY chairman and editor-in-chief at AutoX. Now, Dhruv, of course, you all know him for his precision driving, but he's also known for his fitness, and he likes his fitness as much as he likes his cars. And then we have Ishan Raghav now. Ishan is the managing editor at AutoX. Ishan? Okay, I know he's there somewhere just working around now. That's what I want to say, because Ishan, like I mentioned, is at AutoX, but throughout the year, the amount of work that he does for the ICOTY, I think he actually spends more time working for the ICOTY than anything else,
Yeah, without Ishan, this would not be possible.
Well, next up is Aspi now. Aspi Batena is one of only 2 Indians that I know, and of course, one of only 2 Indians who's ever raced at the Isle of Man in the UK. And for the record, it's the toughest motorcycle race on the planet. And, well, but that's for bikes. And when it comes to cars, Aspi is really known for, his kind of reviewing, and all of his technical skills are something that really get him a lot of respect from all of us. Aspi, thank you for all the details and teaching us so much. And, along with Aspi, we've got Joshua from Car India. And Joshua has, I know, been learning a lot from Aspi over the years. He started off with bikes, and now he's made what we call the natural progression and is also testing cars these days. And that's why he's on the jury this year.
So going on to Evo India, you've already heard Sirish, slayer of tires and mortal enemy of protective film on infotainment systems. Hashtag doing a Sirish.
Yeah, I'm sure all of you have seen that hashtag when your cars are driven by Sirish.
Along with him is Atish Mishra, the youngest member of Indian Automotive Journalism's Bald and Beautiful Club. You must follow his other Instagram handle, Balderlust. It's really good. You must follow it.
Okay, next up we've got Pablo Chatterjee, who's, well, we all know Pablo for his sartorial sense. He comes from motoring world. He's really known for his fashion sense on this side, when we talk about amongst us journalists. But of course, he's also known for his, the witty posts that he puts up on Twitter. And that's something that I think really makes him stand out. And along with Pablo from Motoring World, we've got Karthik Vare. Now, Karthik is usually known as a motorcycle guy, but trust me when I say this, he can really drive cars. But more importantly, Karthik just got married. Congratulations, Karthik.
And from Overdrive, we have Bob Rupani. As you just heard, he's the grand old man of Indian automotive journalism, a man who has been to every nook and cranny of this amazing nation of ours. and has wild adventures, literally knowing virtually every tiger in this country. And he'll tell you where to find the best meal no matter where you go. Just ask him for advice. He'll tell you exactly which small restaurant or dhaba or forest lodge to go to get the best mutton you can find anywhere. Along with him, Rohit Paratkar, who called himself the Fat Biker on his social handles. But
that was earlier, not
that
anymore.
was earlier.
Yeah.
So now he should be called Fat Biker Slim. And he's spending all his money now on a new wardrobe for his new slim self.
And then we have Vikrant Singh from Karwale. Now, Vikrant is not here with us right now, unfortunately, but Vikrant is someone I'm sure you all will agree is known for, his meticulous style of testing and the finer details that he gets into. And I think that's something that really makes him stand out.
It does indeed. And I'd love to welcome Arpit Mahindra onto the ICOTY jury for the first time, my very old friend, the editor of TOI Auto. But his habit of taking on some really challenging drives and rides makes me want to question his sanity at times.
Well, next up is Amya Dandekar, the editor of Car Dekho and Zig Wheels. Now, I've known Amya for a very long time because I think both of us started our automotive journalism careers more or less together about 16 years ago. And over the years, I've seen Amya develop, his own style of testing cars and something that's very unique to him.
And last but not least, another new member onto the ICOTY jury.
We saved the best for the last.
We saved the best for last. Cyrus Dabar. Cyrus is the man from Instagram. Editor, of course, of Power Drift. I just mentioned that. Collector of sneakers and classic cars. He spends all his money on sneakers and classic cars. And of course...
No, you forgot the scale models.
And we forgot the scale models. And of course, I do wonder why he still supports Scuderia Ferrari after all that they do. And you've seen their...
Also, well, parking is a rarity in Bombay, but he has a lot.
Yeah, he hoards parking spots in Mumbai, man. I know all of you guys who live in Mumbai should just ask him to spare some. But anyway, that's the jury for ICOTY 24. Now let's get on to the awards.
Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, our esteemed guests and fellow jury members and other auto enthusiasts who are in this room today. We are here together to celebrate the innovation and the excellence that the Indian industry is showing towards a greener future. I'm Rohit Paratkar. I represent Overdrive, one of India's oldest magazines and a participating publication on the ICOTY, and I have with me
I'm Arpit Mahendra, and I represent TOI Auto and also a jury member of ICOTY 2024.
Well, welcome, Arpit, onto the panel. We are here, like I said, to present the Green Car Award. Now, honestly, like most of you here, we would like to be holding the reins to a screaming engine more than silent motors, but in the kind of era that we are living right now, there is an increased social responsibility. And all the decisions that we make today are essentially shaping the narrative for the environment around us. So with that lookout, the Green Car Award is a beacon for recognizing all the superb efforts that the Indian auto industry is putting into sustainable mobility. And I think year on year, the nominations just keep getting better and better.
Yeah, absolutely, Rohit. I mean, just a few years back, it was very hard to imagine or probably associate, green cars with something like speed or performance. But I mean, look at the paradigm shift that has happened. Things have changed very quickly. And that's the reason why we have such an interesting and diverse lineup of contenders for the Green Car of the Year award. With that, can we have the AV, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 4th edition of the Green Car Award by ICOTY. As we race towards an electrified future, the 4th edition of the Green Car Award comes at an opportune time. In 2023, we saw a plethora of green car offerings at different levels of the Indian market, and especially so at the affordable end of the market, ensuring wide appeal for this form of new age mobility. Since 2021, the Green Car Award has reflected ICOTY's commitment to promoting environmentally friendly motoring. This award celebrates cutting-edge innovation and aims to promote the industry's focus on building a green future. The industry is leading the charge while pushing the boundaries in every aspect and investing in research and development at an unprecedented scale. ICOTY supports and applauds this pioneering spirit. Since the inception of ICOTY in 2006, JK Tyres has supported the jury to ensure that this has become the most credible and coveted award in the industry. With eco-friendly vehicles finding favor with Indian customers, the Green Car Award is a category that represents a wide range of vehicles, each of which excel in engineering and design. Winning the Green Car Award is no small feat, because a vehicle needs to offer a confluence of attributes: suitability of the product for India, relevance to the market, real-world performance, ease of charging, reliability, design, and value for money. To refresh your memory, the winner of the 3rd edition of the Green Car Award by ICOTY was the Kia EV6. And here, ladies and gentlemen, are the cars that made the shortlist for the Green Car Award 2024. The BMW i7, the BYD Atto 3, the Citroën EC3, the Hyundai Ioniq 5, the Mahindra XUV 400, the Mercedes-Benz EQE, the MG Comet, and the Volvo C40 Recharge. Deloitte is ICOTY's knowledge partner to ensure that the voting process is seamless, credible, and absolutely foolproof. And now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the winner of the Green Car Award 2024 by ICOTY.
Well, that was a very nice AV, and at the end of the AV, we would like to invite Dr. Singhania and a representative from Deloitte, along with the jury members for ICOTY 2024, onto the stage, please.
Was never meant to be this way. Everything is faded. It's hard to remember just one good day.
The Green Card Award for the year 2024. Second runner-up is MG Comet. The first runner-up is BMW i7. And the winner, ladies and gentlemen, is Hyundai IONIQ 5.
Oh my God, when I saw the nominations, my heart came to my mouth. At the outset, thank you very much, ICOTY. This award is very, very close to our heart because it's all about creating a better planet for our future generations. And we take immense pride that Hyundai IONIQ 5 has won this award. You know, when we were launching this car, we knew that probably this is a paradigm shift in the way people look at electric cars in India and the way sustainability is looked at India. And when we were looking at the numbers, we were still thinking, okay, I mean, how many we will be able to sell? And after a lot of deliberation, we said, okay, if we are able to sell 500 a year, I mean, we have won the war. And I'm very, very happy to see that in this first year, we've already sold more than 1,100 IONIQ 5s. I think it's a big tribute to the way this new India, the new India which is willing to give a lot of importance to innovation, to sustainability, to our Mother Earth, because we all have a duty towards our future generations and towards creating a better planet for all of us. So thank you, ICOTY, for this huge honor to Hyundai, and I'm privileged to take this award on behalf of Hyundai Motor India and on behalf of our Managing Director, Mr. Ansu Kim. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Karthik Vare, Managing Editor of Motoring World magazine, and also the jury member of the ICOTY and IMOTY awards.
And
sorry. This is one of my newest colleagues now, who I'm relying upon to say something scandalous.
I am Cyrus Dabar, finally a jury member at ICOTY, not at IMOTY. I wouldn't look very nice on a motorcycle. First-time member, and it's surprising that they've taken the two
I know, right?
least premium people to do the Premium Car
Correct.
Award. I've written a speech.
Which is what we're here for. We're here to present the Premium Car Award 2024 by ICOTY.
So I was going to give this full monologue with fancy words and, really nice.
As befits premium cars.
Yeah. To impress all our colleagues and everybody from the industry, because that's what we do, right? Big fancy words. But then I thought we don't need fancy words. We need one. Aspiration. Because we all want it, right? We all have aspiration. We all want the fancy house.
That's why I'm wearing a suit.
The fancy house, the fancy cars, the fancy shoes, the fancy clothes, fancy life, and fancy cars. And judging from how this particular segment is going, I don't think it's slowing down anytime soon, because everybody wants that fancy car. I guess I did use the word fancy. It's a juggernaut, and from what we expect, it's supposed to have its best year ever. So, without further ado, and without me giving any long, boring speeches and saying anything even remotely controversial on a rather national platform, AV for the Premium Car of the Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 6th edition of the Premium Car Award by ICOTY. Considered the Oscars of the Indian automotive industry, these awards are judged by a panel of the most respected automotive journalists in the country. The ICOTY jury sets the industry standard, with industry stalwarts coming together to identify the finest new products launched in the past year. ICOTY instituted the Premium Car Award back in 2019 to ensure that the fast-growing luxury segment of the Indian car market received due recognition. These are, after all, the finest vehicles made today, and they continue to gain market share and carve out an important piece of a growing Indian market. Not to mention find a place in the hearts and minds of an ever more demanding Indian customer. Since the inception of ICOTY in 2006, JK Tyres has supported the jury to ensure that this has become the most credible and coveted award in the industry. Winning the Premium Car of the Year award requires a combination of many important qualities in any vehicle, such as the suitability of the vehicle to Indian conditions, relevance to the market, comfort, reliability, design, driving appeal, road presence, and of course, luxury. To refresh your memory, the winner of the 5th edition of the Premium Car Award by ICOTY was the Mercedes-Benz EQS. Without any further ado, here are the shortlisted contenders battling it out for the title of the Premium Car Award 2024 by ICOTY. The BMW 7 Series, the BMW X1, the Hyundai Ioniq 5, the Lexus LX, the Lexus RX, the Mercedes-Benz GLC, the Range Rover Sport, and the Volvo C40 Recharge. Deloitte is ICOTY's knowledge partner to ensure that the voting process is seamless, credible, and absolutely foolproof. And now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the winner of the Premium Car Award 2024 by ICOTY.
Now may I request Dr. Singhania to come on stage and announce the winner, please, along with the representative from Deloitte and the ICOTY jury.
The Premium Car Award 2024, the second runner-up, BMW X1. The Premium Car Award, first runner-up, Mercedes-Benz GLC. And the Premium Car Award for 24 goes to BMW 7 Series.
So first of all, I would like to thank the ICOTY jury. 12 publications, 18 jury members. Effectively, this is what is really all editors are saying. The 7 series represents forwardism in its purest format, in its presence, and its progressivism. And we're really grateful for everybody to recognize this. So thank you so much. Thank you to the ICOTY jury.
Thank you. So, as Abhay said, again, thank you a lot, the entire ICOTY organization and JK Tyre for supporting this cause and making this a momentous occasion for the entire auto industry. As BMW 7 represents the epitome of our brand, and we're really thankful for this validation from customers and you for this validation. And again, thanks from the side of Vikram and the entire BMW India team for bestowing this award on the 7. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and as I say, my turn. So all of you gathered here in Bombay this year, I'm here to start off the proceedings for the two-wheeler industry. I'm Bertrand D'Souza and the chairman of the jury for the Indian Motorcycle of the Year 2024. IMOTY follows the same lines, principles, and is based on the same foundation as ICOTY. And we have the same guidelines as ICOTY. So what Dhruv has mentioned already, well, those are exactly the same principles that we vote on. I'm standing here today with great enthusiasm and excitement as we now present the most important award in the country for the two-wheeler segment. Because two-wheelers have been an integral part of Indian culture, providing not just the means of transportation, but also symbolizing freedom, flexibility, and a connection to the open road, quite unlike cars. It is impossible to ignore the remarkable strides and innovations that have shaped this sector in the last few years. In 2023, we witnessed an industry that has evolved, adapted, and grown to meet the changing needs and preferences of the Indian consumer. The contenders, as we see for this year's Indian Motorcycle of the Year, one of the strongest elements has been technology. Technology has become a driving force behind the innovation in two-wheelers. From advanced safety features to smart connectivity options, today's two-wheelers are equipped with state-of-the-art technology, making the riding experience safer and more enjoyable. Another element has been design. In terms of design, aesthetics, and performance, the Indian two-wheeler industry has raised the bar significantly. Sleek designs, vibrant colors, graphics, ergonomical considerations are at the forefront of product development, appealing to the aesthetic sensibilities of a modern Indian consumer. At the same time, with higher spending capacity, more two-wheeler riders are now looking at avenues for recreational riding and not just commuting. With growing concerns about the environment, there has also been a significant push towards electrification. And the electric revolution in the two-wheeler industry aligns itself seamlessly with the Indian government's initiative to promote clean and sustainable transportation. Newer business models are also increasingly contributing to the growth of the two-wheeler industry, be it the advent of shared mobility, or e-commerce businesses that have brought about a steep uptick in two-wheeler usage. Two-wheelers are no longer just a personal mode of transport. For many, they are now breadwinners for small households, thereby contributing to a larger ecosystem of urban mobility. As we celebrate the achievements of the two-wheeler industry in India in 2023, it's crucial to acknowledge the challenges that lie ahead. The industry must continue to address issues related to road safety, infrastructure development, and regulatory frameworks to ensure sustainable growth. In conclusion, the 2023 two-wheeler industry in India is a testament to the resilience, innovation, and adaptability of the manufacturers and riders alike. With a focus on technology, design, and sustainability, all of which are reflected in our contenders this year. The industry is accelerating into a future where mobility is not just about reaching a destination, but experiencing the journey in its entirety. The road ahead is promising, and I am confident that the Indian two-wheeler industry will continue to ride towards new horizons, creating a legacy that reflects the spirit of a nation on the move. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good evening. And first, let me introduce with me on stage Manav Sinha, who is the digital editor at AutoX. And his nickname should have been coming in hot, because that's how all of us on the jury were introduced to him for the first time. Anyway, this is his first time on the jury, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome him onto the jury this year.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dipan, for your kind words. It's a pleasure to be here. Yes, today I am accompanied by my dear friend Dipan Datta, who's the assistant editor at Auto Today, who believes he's really fast, and a firm follower of the saying, "He who shall be last shall be sideways and smiling."
This year we have 7 shortlisted motorcycles. They are all winners in our eyes. But we are here to introduce the people on whose shoulders picking the best one lies.
Starting with our chairman, Bertrand D'Souza, who can nowadays be often seen driving a set of 4 wheels. But some say that if you give him a motorcycle, he will show you why he's the chairman. Next, we have Rahul Ghosh, associate editor at Auto Today, who unfortunately is not here today. He's a little under the weather, but he's one of the oldest guns at IMOTY, and I genuinely think he's just another old motorcycle away from a full restoration. I mean, recovery.
Shivang Bhatt from AutoX is here, who is a MotoGP enthusiast and the road test editor at AutoX. His latest query is whether he likes the Scrambler 400X more or the new Himalayan. It keeps changing every few minutes. We also have Aspi Batina, living legend on 2 wheels, and one of the only Indians to have ridden the grueling Isle of Man. And that should tell you everything you need to know about him.
We also have Sirish Chandran, editor Evo India, who is someone better known for his power slides in cars. But he's recently rekindled his love for 2 wheels with a ride along the West Coast on his own Harley-Davidson Pan America, which I'm not so jealous of. Next, we have Atish Mishra, assistant editor at Evo India, who laughs at the idea of helmet hair and totally did not ask us to say that you should follow Borderlust on Instagram for his path-breaking remedy for helmet hair.
Karthik Ware, managing editor at Motoring World, is known for his love for classic motorcycles, so much so that he's started to look a little vintage himself. Pratik Kundar is assistant editor at Bikewale. He'll be bringing the winning bike up onto the stage, and if he doesn't bench press it, he has to change his Instagram name.
Or at least take the stairs with the bike and not the ramp. I mean, if not him, then who? We also have Rohit Pradkar, assistant editor at Overdrive, who's a fellow Apple fan who is lovingly known as Rash. Watch out, because he can often break the internet with airborne pictures on leader-class motorcycles and give goals to us fellow mortals. Next is Joshua Varghese, senior correspondent at Bike India, who's perhaps the quietest member of the jury, but once the helmet goes on, he walks the talk.
We have Abhay Verma, editor at Turbocharged. He is now a bona fide car guy, as you all heard before this. But we all know that once he has a motorcycle, that's where his love really lies. And it's hard to call him a two-wheel rider because he spends most of his time on one wheel. And finally, of course, we have Varun Painter, who is the editor two-wheeler at Power Drift. And we were going to crack a joke about Varun Painter, we'll see you later, but you're going to see him right now.
And
thank you so much.
That's a cue. Thank you very much.
Everyone,
Hi,
I
good
hope
evening.
you all are having a good evening. Thank you for the kind introduction. It's time for something important, the Indian Motorcycle of the Year 2024. Just to reiterate, I'm Varun Painter. I am the editor for two-wheeler content at Power Drift, and I have with me...
I'm Shivang Bhatt, road test editor at AutoX, and we are here to present what is undoubtedly the most prestigious award for the two-wheeler industry in the country, the Indian Motorcycle of the Year 2024. Now, before we get on with the proceedings, Varun, I have a couple of questions for you.
Yes.
Probably just one question. Now, this is your first time on the jury.
Right.
And I remember last year, we were on a bus ride to some event. And I think you thought it's all fun and games. You thought we just get all the motorcycles, take them to the BIC, ride them at breakneck speeds,
Yes.
and just jump up and down in the pit lane and come up with a winner. That's what you thought, right?
Right. But it is serious business. I mean,
Yeah,
selecting
exactly.
a motorcycle...
So I just want to ask you, how easy was it to pick a winner this year?
Not at all easy, because when you look at the contenders for this year, it felt like I was thrown to the deep end of the swimming pool.
So it's not all fun and games,
It's
right?
not all fun and games, and when you look at the contenders, you see where the industry sort of progressed as well. You don't see small motorcycles, you see performance motorcycles, motorcycles that have an underlying theme of fun. So we didn't boil it down to the last 7. We started off with a certain number. Do you want to tell the audience what the number was?
Yeah, actually, forget about picking a winner. It was very difficult to come up with the final list of contenders because we had a total of 16 motorcycle launches this year. And then again, we voted for the final 8. One didn't show up, right? So it came down to 7.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was very difficult. So can we just have a look at the nominees for the 2024 IMOTY?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 17th edition of the Indian Motorcycle of the Year Awards. The two-wheeler industry in India has been going through a difficult phase, and 2023 has proven to be no different, except, thankfully, for a few bright flashes of customer demand. Driven by increasingly stringent regulations as well as inflationary issues, prices of two-wheelers have been rising exponentially. And that is certainly taking a toll on the customer set, which is still largely price conscious. Nevertheless, Two-wheeler manufacturers have been working hard to bring in not just the latest in both products and technology to the Indian market, but also providing customers with a vast variety of product choices. The Indian Motorcycle of the Year award ceremony has been presented by JK Tyre since its very inception. JK Tyre has consistently supported IMOTY, which has grown to become the most credible and coveted award in the Indian two-wheeler industry. And like the contenders for the top award, even the IMOTY jury themselves are the industry standard, with the experts and journalists coming together to identify the most important product of the year. Winning the IMOTY award requires more than just power or style of a vehicle. There are many other aspects considered as well, such as rider involvement, ergonomics, power delivery, ease of riding, comfort, reliability, and also suitability to Indian conditions. All these factors must come together for a motorcycle to be in the reckoning and ensure that only the most deserving motorcycle takes top honors. To refresh your memory, the winner of the 16th edition of the Indian Motorcycle of the Year award in 2023 was the Royal Enfield Hunter. And now, without further delay, here are the contenders for the Indian Motorcycle of the Year 2024. Harley-Davidson X440, Hero Charisma XMR, KTM 390 Duke, Royal Enfield Himalayan, Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650, Triumph Scrambler 400X, the TVS Apache RTR 310, Deloitte is IMOTY's knowledge partner to ensure that the voting process is seamless, credible, and absolutely foolproof. And now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Indian Motorcycle of the Year 2024.
Awesome. We've seen the contenders, but now I would like to invite on stage Dr. Singhania, a representative from Deloitte, as well as the entire IMOTY jury, please.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the moment has arrived for the IMOTY presentations now. The second runner-up is the KTM 390 Duke. The first runner-up in IMOTY 2024 is Triumph Scrambler 400X. And And the IMOTY winner for 2024. I'd be doing some prejudice here of every year picking the same company. Royal Enfield Himalayan.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
What about next year?
Thank you so much. This really, really, really means a lot to us at Royal Enfield. We're so delighted about this IMOTY award for our new Himalayan, which we're so excited about as well. It is really an exciting day to get, obviously, the most prestigious award by far in India. And really, on behalf of Team Royal Enfield, I accept this, and and we're delighted to have this. I'd like to first and foremost thank Dr. Singhania and the team at JK Tyre. They've been sponsoring this event for nearly 2 decades, and they don't even make tires for motorcycles. Maybe you should start, Dr. Singhania, because you've created such a brand of IMOTY, and we really thank you. It's so generous of you to always host us, and thank you very much indeed. And of course, I'd love to thank the jury, a lot of whom are friends, and we were together last month riding in the Himalayas, on the Himalayan. And over the years, we've we collaborate, we learn, we understand from the jury members. We don't make motorcycles for juries, we make them for customers. And I think the jury appreciates that. And that is not just for them that we make motorcycles. But yeah, and also thank you for not feeling guilty for giving this to us for the 4th year out of 6 running. Thank you. Oops. The Himalayan is the 2nd generation. This is the 2nd generation of Himalayan. The 1st generation was an absolute punt. We just said, we like adventure touring, we love the Himalayas, let's make something interesting. But the 2nd generation, we've spent 6 years. Of course, we got delayed because of COVID and all that stuff and no chips and all of that. But we've spent 6 years. We've spent 2 years with the end product, just testing it in the Himalayas, hundreds and hundreds of motorcycles, just to get the refinement absolutely right. We're never in a hurry anymore as Royal Enfield. We take our time, we do things well, slowly but surely. But the Himalayan is truly, truly close to our hearts. It's the first motorcycle to come out of Royal Enfield that's absolutely different, not connected to our British past, but now to our Indian past, which is riding in the Himalayas. And the Himalayas are our spiritual home. That's what when we close our eyes and are riding a bike, we're there, right? That's where I am, and that's where a lot of our riders are. And we're, over the last 25 years since I've been involved in Royal Enfield, we built a company that's truly a team of motorcyclists who also know engineering, also know marketing, also know all sorts of other things. But really, it's a team of motorcyclists. And I think that's, in the end, that's what makes the difference at Royal Enfield. And that's what allows us to keep getting awards like this again and again. We have enormous ambitions for the Himalayan. Earlier, our ambitions used to be more Indian. Now they've become more global. But this award will also help us in getting more excited about this motorcycle in markets around the world. Our concept now is actually very ambitious for the Himalayan. We really think we can reframe adventure touring itself. Adventure touring has become something around the world, which is the motorcycles have become bigger, heavier, more expensive, and honestly not so good at the adventure part, right? They become more tourers. So we think this one will fit in really well on the mix of adventure and touring. And yeah, we have enormous ambitions for it. And we think it'll not only put Royal Enfield on the map in the world, but also Indian manufacturing, Indian brand, Indian companies. That's our ambition, to make the most important premium global consumer brand from India as Royal Enfield. And yeah, we're getting there. I think it's, and like I said, it's just an honor to have this award again, the 4th time in 6 years, despite really strong competition this year, as you saw. I mean, it was, I'm sure, very difficult for the jury they said to even whittle down to the 8 numbers, but from my side, commendation to the rest. I think there were some really good offerings this year, and really, I think all of this will help all of us grow the segment. I mean, two-wheeler industry has an enormous future. I was discussing with Dr. Singhania, it's, if you look at it, the next 10, 20, 30-year horizon, I mean, it's got an enormous future. That's what we believe. And the premium motorcycle is growing even faster than the regular segment. And that's where we believe competition like the ones that we have now will help us grow the market 2x, 3x, 5x in the next 6, 8 years. And, I think that'll be really exciting for consumers, really exciting for all of us, and really exciting for brand India, because the change is happening, guys. The change where, it was 100 years ago, it was the Americans and the Europeans who were leading the charge on motorcycles. 50 years ago, the Japanese just dominated for the next 50 years. But now it's the time of the Indians, right, in global markets, in motorcycles. And all of us, not just Royal Enfield, all of us are leading that charge. We're very excited about it. And as Royal Enfield, trust me, we're just getting started, okay? Last year, I promised I'll be back here picking up this award. And because we knew what we were up to and we knew what we were doing, I can't promise that for the next year, but I'll be delighted to be back here next year. And yeah, we'll see what happens, but I will be delighted if we come back here. So we thank you very much for this. We're absolutely delighted. And please go check out the Himalayan. It's really a fabulous motorcycle. It's the best thing we've ever made. And it's probably, I think it's up there in the league of the best adventure tourers in the world today. So thank you very, very much. And back to you guys. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, I'm Amer Dandekar, editor of Zig Wheels and Car Dekho and a jury member of ICOTY.
My name is Atish Mishra. I'm assistant editor at EVO India and, like Amer, a jury member on ICOTY.
Now on to the most important award of the evening for four-wheelers, Indian Car of the Year 2024. This year the contenders are diverse with final 8 cars on the shortlist sporting 3 different body styles. Some deliver strong performance and fun-to-drive factor, while others focus more on functionality and practicality. And for the first time, we have 2 EVs on the shortlist.
And as a member of the jury, I can tell you that we've had a really difficult time. All of the machines here as contenders this year are really, really capable, and scoring them, picking a clear winner was really hard. Without further ado, let's check out the contenders for ICOTY 2024.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 19th edition of the Indian Car of the Year Awards. Over the past couple of years, the Indian automotive industry has seen record sales numbers. And the records are likely to continue to tumble with an expected 4 million passenger vehicles sold this year, making India one of the biggest automotive markets in the world. Despite ever more stringent regulations and increasing investments in new technologies, the industry continues to provide the power of choice to Indian customers. The Indian Car of the Year Award ceremony has been sponsored by JK Tyre since its inception. With JK Tyre's support since 2006, ICOTY has grown to become the most credible and coveted award of the industry, where the top vehicles challenge each other for the top spot. Considered the Oscars of the Indian automotive industry, the awards are judged by a panel of the most respected automotive journalists in the country. And like the contenders for the top award, even the ICOTY jury themselves set the industry standard, with the most reputed automotive journalists and experts coming together to identify the most important car of the year. Winning the ICOTY award requires a combination of many important qualities in any vehicle. Suitability of the vehicle to tackle the extreme conditions of our country, of course, but also factors such as comfort, reliability, design, driving appeal, fuel efficiency, and of course, the value that a vehicle provides to the Indian car buyers. To refresh your memory, the winner of the 18th edition of the Indian Car of the Year Award was the Kia Carens. And the shortlisted contenders battling it out for the title of Indian Car of the Year 2024 are the Citroën C3 Aircross, the Honda Elevate, the Hyundai Exter, the Hyundai Verna, the Mahindra XUV 400, the Maruti Suzuki Jimny, the MG Comet, and the Toyota Innova Hycross. Deloitte is ICOTY's knowledge partner to ensure that the voting process is seamless, credible, and absolutely foolproof. And now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the winner of the Indian Car of the Year 2024.
Dr. Singhania, could you please join us on stage to announce the award? Could we also have a representative from Deloitte along with the ICOTY jury on stage, please?
A very competitive field indeed, and a very close competition at that. The Indian Car of the Year 2024, second runner-up, we have two contenders there. Honda Elevate and Toyota Innova Hycross. The first runner-up, Car of the Year 2024, is Maruti Suzuki Jimny. And the Car of the Year 2024, any guesses, ladies and gentlemen? Hyundai Exter.
Oh my God. I think 20th December 2023, I want to really wrap you this date and keep it for keeps. So thank you so much. The ICOTY jury, JK Tyres, Dr. Singhania. I mean, today is an amazing day for us. Actually, 2023 has been a great year for Hyundai Motor India. We are poised to do the highest ever domestic sales, the highest ever total sales, so many launches, 6 airbags as standard, blah, blah, blah. But I think nothing beats the 2 ICOTY awards that we have won today. It's simply unbelievable. You know, when we were designing Exter, the whole idea was that Exter should be keeping in mind the new India, the young India, which does not want to compromise on anything. So whether it is safety, whether it is design, whether it is technology, whether it is features, we wanted to have everything in the Exter. I think the results are here for everybody to see. More than 100,000 bookings, great customer response across the geography of India, and we can see that a cult brand in the making. So thank you very much, ICOTY, for really making this day very special for us. At Hyundai, we will continue to really raise the benchmark. Today we heard it's all about the new India, it's all about the safe cars, it's all about modern design, technology, clean mobility, and Hyundai is all for it. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can we have all the winners on stage for a group picture, please? All the winners.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the conclusion of yet another Indian Car of the Year and Indian Motorcycle of the Year awards. Thank you for being there with us this evening. It's been our pleasure to host you.
We would like to also wish you a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. It's a Merry Christmas for some, a little bit more, but nevertheless, a Merry Christmas to everyone in this room. We truly mean it when we absolutely love to drive and ride the cars and bikes that you folks produce. So thank you again for being here this evening and wishing you a wonderful 2024.
And the bar's open. May the spirits of this season, well, be bestowed on you.
All the winners, may I please request you to come up with your winnings, everyone, and so we can do a group photograph, please, on that stage, please. Thank you.
Ishan.